What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike back with the Entre Short for Entrepreneur. And in today's, we're going to be doing a spot market update plus lane search on DAT1 for box trucks. Now, we're going to go over a few things. Before we go too deep into the video, I do want you guys to know that this video is sponsored by MIG Trucks. They're a dealership out of Atlanta. They can get trucks delivered to you no matter the state that you're in. So if you guys want Gabriel's contact, make sure you check the link in the description. Also, his phone number will be pinned at the top of the comment section. I might even throw his phone number on the screen. So reach out to him if you guys are looking for a box truck at this current time. Let's go ahead and move forward with this video. All right, so we are on the rate per mile for van rates. Now, keep in mind, this isn't box trucks, but you guys are the equivalent of half of a dry van. Rates right now are at $1.99 in the Southeast. 214 still in the Midwest. This has came down though. I think last week we were at like 205, 207 for box trucks in the Southeast. Now we're down to 199. Not too sure what's going on there. Not sure if Florida rates are kind of dragging those down. 208 in South Central, still pretty normal. 214 in the Midwest is about where we've been. I mean, Midwest has still consistently been the best. Surprisingly, West Coast is third place instead of the Southeast. And then you got the Northeast at $1.85. This one has consistently all year been the worst area as far as regional box truck loads. So let's go ahead and get into the load to truck ratio. And now we're on what I like to call like our van heat map. So this gives you an idea of where the highest load to truck ratios are. And it's kind of crazy how much the Midwest have came down as far as load to truck ratio. Remember, you want the load to truck ratio to be higher in order for you to have a better chance at negotiating better freight. Because the more loads that are in the area per truck, usually that means you'll probably have a better chance of getting the wiggle room for that rate if they don't have enough capacity in the area that you're at. Now, it's always known that we say go to the Midwest. The last time we looked at this chart, it was all of this was kind of above 5.5 load to truck ratio. It was just Illinois that was a little bit, less than that. But now we're seeing it, consistently this Midwest area just kind of, I wouldn't say more saturated, just more loads, more trucks in the area. Therefore, of course, probably bringing the rates. Well, the rates haven't came down. They're about the same, but let's see where we're trending as far as load to truck ratio for the year. Okay, this took another tick up. We are still trending upward. As you can see, the red line is 2023. The green line is 2024. Yellow line is where we've been this year. So I'm guessing because of all of the tariff scares. Oh, my bad. I'm guessing because all of the tariff delays, we've been pretty good at keeping the freight going. Maybe guys are trying to jump in front of those tariffs. I'm not too sure. We don't really talk about politics too much on this channel, but I try to make some type of correlation to why the load to truck ratio is higher now than it was the previous 2 years, where we kind of call this one of the worst freight recessions of all time. But let's go ahead and hop into the load searches. You guys did a pretty good job dropping down your city and state, so let's do it. Like I said, you guys did a pretty good job dropping down a request on what you want to see, so I really appreciate it. You guys keep the channel flowing. You guys keep it fresh. You guys keep new searches coming. If you're brand new watching this, make sure you drop your city and state down. And if you haven't dropped a request down, what are you doing, man? Drop a darn request down. It costs no money. I'm trying to give you guys more support and visibility in real time. So let's go ahead and go over the highest rate per mile. The first search was Silver Spring, Maryland. Looks like the highest rate right now is $2.37 a mile going to Edison, New Jersey. Probably going to be like a lot of Northeast stuff. We got right here, U.S. citizen TWIC card with clean background. I always talk about getting that TWIC card, man. This is going to allow you to get on certain military bases, certain airports, that if you don't have it, you're probably not going to get these loads. Let's see, where's another? Manchester, New Jersey. Not much deadhead, but it's enough. 175 to Texas. Okay, so $2 a mile. Let's see what we got. Straight box truck. Hazmat load. So 8. Let's see what we got. Oh, is that the same one? No, this is another one. Another $3,400 load going to Laredo. Wood flooring required. Pallet jack, lift gate required. One pickup, two deliveries, another hazmat load. Well, so I wonder what's up with all the hazmat loads coming out of Manchester, New Jersey. They should be paying more than $1.75 too. I just seen that TQL load. Nothing crazy here. We'll probably go ahead and open Monday through Friday. We'll go ahead and move on to the next search. All right, next search we got Tulsa, Oklahoma. So let's go ahead and go to the highest rate per mile coming out of this area. We got 262 to go down in Texas. Not much of a run. What we got? Deliver same day. So yeah, you have to be pretty quick on that. Lowell, Arkansas to South Hutchinson, Arkansas. 225 a mile to go to Kansas. Like a lot of regional freight here. Got one going to Mississippi, Biloxi down in the south. One pick, three drops. So makes sense of why it's over $2 a mile. Let's see what else we got. Oklahoma City to Billings, Montana. Flock freight. No box trucks here though, so make sure you pay attention to the equipment. It says, I don't know if that's Blankard, Ohio to Crawfordville. Stop in OKC, so not a lot of money there for that. A lot of partial loads here too. Pickup delivery or pick and deliver ASAP for $1.24. Let's go ahead and go to the highest rate coming out of here. 1,800 to go to Montana. We already saw that load. I think we saw this load going to Biloxi too. So not a ton of volume, only 38 total loads. So there'll be a lot of repetition here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next search. Next request, we got Richmond, Virginia. 85 results. Let's go to the highest rate per mile. We got $1.66. That's not good news, but like we said, that Northeast region is currently the lowest of them all at this current point. This is a military-based load, palletized cargo. You see the commodity right here. Military-based loads tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Delivers first come, first serve, 7 to 7. Got good pickup and delivery times. We're going to be going over partials real soon. We're going to have a really good in-depth video on partials coming soon. So if you guys want to see an in-depth video, it'll probably drop a few days after this one. But I'm really excited to go over that just to kind of show you guys tips and tricks on how to really maximize this load board and make more money. Driver must accept macro point. That's tracking. Keep tracking throughout the transit. Rate deduction if disabled. This really have to be in the freaking comments. Let's go ahead and go to the highest rate. $2,200 to go to Washington. Got one going to El Paso, Texas, bottom of Texas. $2,000. So all of these are like $1 a mile. North Dakota. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next search. Next place we have is Charlotte, North Carolina. My bad, I forgot to show that. Let's go ahead and go to the highest rate per mile. Not much here either. We got $1.58 to go to Virginia. Small hop, $700 for 444 miles. What else we got? So it's very similar. Going to Alabama, $700 for 468 miles. So $1.50 a mile again. And the rates just trickle down from there. So not a lot of high paying freight coming out of Charlotte. Highest rate is $31.50 to go all the way to California. This is a rate that usually, I don't like going out to the West Coast myself, but even if I did, man, for a load like this, I need double the rate minimum to go out there. But you never know. Somebody might just need some fuel to get back home, but that's a long way to travel for fuel. Gaston, North Carolina to Fort Lauderdale, $1,000. Not a lot here, only 59 results. So let's go ahead and move on to the next search. Just wanted to show some of these lanes. We're also going to have a video going over like the most popular, not popular. Next one we got is Chicago anyways. This is actually pretty popular, but we're going to be going over basically better ways. We're going to go over how much you can basically make with a box truck using real rate insight tools. And I think you guys are really going to like that video too. I've been thinking of some things. I've been reading the comments and hearing what you guys ask. So highest rate per mile. Wow. Let's see what we got. JB Hunt 360 for all booking info. Pallet jack, lift gate, driver assist. Going to military base. Military loads pay good money. This is a straight box load. 26 feet, 3650. 333 a mile. Insane. 6 pallets, new auto parts. That probably got scooped up in 2 seconds. Says posted 9 minutes ago. Who knows? Might still be on there. Indianapolis to Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's not the same load. Yeah, it is. All right. Elwood, Illinois to Nicholasville, Kentucky. We got no box trucks, so we're going to move on from that. Next straight box load. Chicago to Nashville, Tennessee. Can you guys see the difference in the rate per miles, though? I mean, we started off over $3 a mile for a straight box load. And as you go down, you consistently see a good bit of them over $2 a mile, going to plenty of different lanes, going, staying in the Midwest and Ohio, Nebraska, Tennessee, Michigan. You even got some going to Texas with a good bit of distance. So a true team must pick up and deliver on Saturday. So this is a team load. But this is still pretty impressive to see the Midwest still keeping pretty competitive rates, especially in Chicago, for going over the road. So let's go ahead and look at the highest rate coming out of here. Is it okay? $2,900 to go to Oregon, $1.40, not much. Montana, you got $248 on 1,074 loaded miles. Texas, $211. That's not too bad. Oh, that's a team load. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. And the next search we have is Pittsburgh. Let's start off. Yeah, we already got it on here. Highest rate per mile. Looks like we got something going to Illinois. No box trucks for this. So let's go ahead and move to the straight box equipment. Make sure you're paying attention to that. Because some of these van loads, they'll let you take. Some of them, they will let you know if a box truck is either accepted or not. Oh, my bad. Early pick, $237 a mile. And also for the guys who live in Pittsburgh or the guys who live around these areas I'm searching, this isn't me telling you to do this now. Do not contact any of the people on this load board. Do not contact them through email or phone number. Please keep their privacy. But I do want to say, once you are an active carrier, go ahead and start reaching out to these guys if you're eligible to do so. And once you reach out to them and you get into their system, ask them how often they get these loads. Because if I'm a brokerage, right, let's say I'm Total Transport out of PA with Washington, PA, this is probably not going to be the first or only time I book a load out of this area. So if this is 30 minutes away, 30 miles away, I want to know how often do you have these straight box loads coming out of this shipper so I can, put my foot in the door. Now, you don't want to ask too much about the customer and their products because then they think you're still in their customer. But I just want to put that out there. When you start booking your first loads, don't look at every broker like it's just a one-time thing. This is how you build relationships, right? And I don't want to harp too hard on that, but I just wanted to give you that tip. As far as the highest rate, coming out of Ohio to Washington, seems like it's always going to freaking Washington. Here's another one going to Washington. Always going up to the Northwest. No, sir. No can do. No can do for your boy. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Like I said, there will be a lot of videos coming up in the near future. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down your city and state if you want to see yours. And stay tuned. And also, if you made it to the very end of this video, I got a question for you. If you're a new entrant watching this video and you have not set up your LLC, EIN, MC number, DOT number, etc., if you don't want to go through the hassle of doing all of the paperwork, I'm just super curious. Comment down the word paperwork if you guys are looking for a service to help you from A to Z to start your trucking business. Or maybe you got your LLC and EIN, but you don't have your DOT and MC number, and the paperwork kind of scares you. You don't want to do it incorrectly. You want to get it right the first time. Just conducting an experiment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.